One of the most complimentary things I hear about St. Louis from people from out of town is that we have such great restaurants. And you don't know that if you live here.
I know, especially if you go to another town and see, hey, I'm going home to eat.
Well, mother-daughter team here, Jennifer and Susie Smith. This is Susie Smith here and Jennifer Smith. Sister and mom to Steve Smith over at Royale.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I just think that's so nice that you guys, I love it when families work together. And, because every family wishes their kids would work with them. well, maybe not every family.
They own a food tour business, Savor St. Louis Food Tours. And they specialize in two areas right now, but they are growing, and that would be the Del Mar Loop.
That's correct, the Del Mar Loop.
What a great thing. So in other words,
what's the second one now? There's two.
Central West End.
And the Central West
End.
End. Okay, so what it is people sign up and then they get to go on a bunch of different restaurants, or just say what it is?
You bet.
Is that it?
It's a guided walking food tour, and people can sign up. They can go to our website and check out a calendar at savorstlouis.com and take a walking food tour of two of those neighborhoods. During the food tour, we talk about history, architecture, and culture, and then we stop anywhere between 5 and 6 restaurants to have a taste of one of their specialty items, and then we get to talk about the restaurant itself. So we always say we have 2 goals in mind when we take our guests on a tour, and that is to teach them something about St. Louis they might not have known, and to feed them a very satisfying progressive lunch along the way.
What a nice thing.
The word satisfying is what I was looking for there.
And
you do get enough to eat.
Oh, yes.
So it's always a lunch, or is it dinner also?
It's a luncheon. Usually, we do private tours, and we can rearrange the schedule somewhat. But normally, it's a progressive lunch, and that's why there's a little bit of walking involved in between.
Well, that's
stops.
a good thing, because everybody appreciates if you're going to eat, you have a little exercise.
This is every Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 through the summer, through December, actually, right?
The first week in December.
Wow.
So is it the same lineup? Like if I did the Del Mar tour, I wouldn't do that again because it would be the same restaurants?
Oftentimes it is the same restaurants. And what our goal is, at least with our restaurants, is to be very loyal to them. And we want to be one of their best customers, actually. So we talk to them in advance about featuring them on the tour, and we've had great response from all the restaurants we work with. So we do want to keep it pretty consistent as far as those restaurants. We will switch things up from time to time. And however, we're lucky also the restaurants have been very accommodating, because in this day and age, you got a lot of gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan.
Yeah, so if you have allergies, can you
Yes.
say so and you will take care of that?
Yes, there's a place to sign up online to let us
great.
know if there's anything we need to know about regarding food allergies, and then we can work to accommodate that.
So typically, what would a group size be? How many people?
On our walking tours on the weekends, we top off at about 15. We find if it gets more than that, we might need more guides so people can hear us.
Out of control, yeah.
Right, and then we'd have to reach. But we've done tours as big as 30 too. We just prepare accordingly and have additional guides and work with our restaurants. Sometimes we can split them up or be creative in how we share the experience.
And you don't
with
have
them.
to show up with 15 people or sign up 15. You can come. You and your mate can come, and then you'll join a group.
That's
so you'll
correct.
meet new people as well.
That's right.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
Usually everyone's best friends by the end of the tour, because they've always had a lot of fun. And normally the tours are all very manageable size. And, usually these bigger numbers that we're talking about are for private tours if somebody has an idea that they want to have a bigger
I was going to say, I would think that the people going to these things, we right away say, oh, it's perfect for out of town, but really it's perfect more almost for in-town people. But how do you, how much do you eat? How many times are you eating, or how many restaurants per?
Yeah.
4 or 5, she said.
4 or 5? Okay.
And 5 to 6 in some instances.
Oh, okay.
And actually what we found when we approached the restaurants, as we mentioned, they were very generous in what they wanted to offer. They really wanted to bring the experience to our guests. So when we walk into the restaurant, they wanted us to sit down, which is wonderful.
Oh, that's good.
And then they wanted to serve a specific item, and we're like, it sometimes is very, very substantial, and we just want to make sure people don't get too much and too full.
Right.
I
But
don't
they
think
just
that'll be a
love the
problem.
tour. Yeah, they're just wanting to share as much as they can with our guests.
At
So-
least that they don't have to get you off your cell phone so that you're
Now, you guys, you did a lot of research on the Central West End, Maryland Plaza area, and the Del Mar Loop. Give us a teaser. One thing that you learned about either the Loop or the Central West End that surprised you that you didn't know? Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Well, I think one of the things that I was fascinated with was one of the streets we walked down is a private street. And I'd always seen these blockaded streets in the Central West End off of Euclid, but I never knew why they were that way. And I was just fascinated to find out that these were built like in the around the turn of the century, the early 1900s, late 1800s. That these were
You're talking Westmoreland Place and Portland Place.
Yes, and Hortense,
Lennox Place and Hortense, yes, up Euclid.
Westminster.
And the whole story behind them was that these were actually the first gated communities, and of course that kind of thing you see all over now all over the United States.
And they were called private communities at the time.
Yes,
and they have their own bylaws.
Yes,
and you cannot change things in those homes.
That's correct.
You sign a contract when you buy the house.
That's correct, and you're responsible for all the trees and the tree lawns and the sidewalks.
Right, they have their own own garbage service.
That's
They
right.
maintain
But you
their
know,
own
St.
streets.
Louis has the only intact private places left in the United States. So that is something to see.
Oh, yes, it really is. And I think many of our guests are just floored when they see these homes that look just the way they did 100 years ago.
Well, that's great that you make that part of the tour. So, so you're not just like walking from one restaurant to the next.
No.
So over the course of how long does it go?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Sometimes a little bit longer if we have a lively crew.
A 3-hour tour.
Here's what you can check it out if you want to know more. They do have a phone number. Can I give the number?
Absolutely.
Okay, you can call us area code 314-669-1326 or go to savorstlouis.com. And they're booking through the summer all the way to the first week of December.
That's correct.
Fridays and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And thank you both, Jennifer and Susie, for coming by and sharing this with us.
Oh, it was our pleasure. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
Thank
we look
you.
forward to seeing you on a tour.
Oh, gosh. I would love to do that. And I want to thank Clayton's Bakery and Pastries in Des Peres. They offer fresh-made baked goods using recipes from St. Louis's earliest history and fresh baked bread right from the bakery. They made our segment possible through their generosity today. They're at 11,744 Manchester Road in Des Peres.
And I might say this, if you check our Facebook page in the next week or so, we'll be giving away some Savor St. Louis food tour gift certificates.
Yeah, we should have said that before that.
Well, that's fine. But this is just for the people who stuck around to hear this.
Okay, good.
They
Well,
didn't cut us off.
they're the lucky ones.